Hey Internet, it's David, and as a reminder, coffee mugs are available. You can shoot us a message through the Contact Us tab at satabernacle.org or send me a private Facebook or IG message. You can find me on Facebook, David Lee Brown, or IG at DAVLEE39. And shoot me a message. We can get you your very own SA Tab coffee mug. It's been a month or so. I was looking at my last video upload, and it's been a little bit since I've been on here with you guys, but we've finished the floors in the house everywhere. That was a chore. And then on top of that, we had 10 days of prayer, which if you've seen my video on church unity, I talk more about it, but it's just 10 days set aside in the fall to unify the church around prayer, and that it would be a corporate unified consecration before the Lord in our local city. And so it's a global expression, and we're just one of many cities, and we're just thankful that we can participate here in San Antonio. We had a great 10 days, and the Lord is doing amazing things among the churches and building, strengthening relationships, setting people free from all kinds of sin and addiction and all the bad stuff, all the bad, evil things the devil likes to do. Like, the Lord's breaking that off of people, and it's so cool. And so just had a wonderful 10 days after I finished the floor. So that's where I've been. Our next project is the ceiling right above me. We're going to be redoing that because it's still just bare plywood, and you can see behind me I haven't even finished out the inside, trimming the windows, so that's still yet to come. But floors was a big deal, especially when you have stuff in the house and you got to move around and you got to take up tile. That was crazy. So Allie and Ashton and Parker, they were MVPs. They helped a lot of the demolition so I could just keep steady laying floors. They ripped up all the tile in the kitchen in one day, and I worked behind them. So we got the tile ripped up and the floor ripped up in the kitchen in one day, and this little hallway that goes around the kitchen. Anyway, so we got that done, and my favorite part about the floors is it's all seamless, no transition. So it was able to work out where we could just lay it as like one big floor. It's amazing. And so I did a pretty good job. Thanks, Dave. Anyway, that's all besides the point. Thanks for joining me for another video. This season has been an exciting season for me. A year ago, after 10 days last year, I started to really work on a book. And so 4 years ago, I think it was, I manuscripted out a 12-part series on the first commandment. Before that, the Lord was just beginning to put a book on my heart, and I'm so glad I didn't write it too soon, because it's really developed into not other things, but just the full scope of it has come into view for me, to the point where, like, even just this book is going to be the first of many volumes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure planned, and then there's another series that I want to start after that I have no clue how many it will be. It has potential to grow into some amazing things, and so it's all going to be scriptural exposition, spiritual administration of the law, and what better commandment to start with than the first commandment. And so 4 years ago, I did this 12-part series. I've taught a little bit around the first commandment since. And so it's a combination of some old things, some new things that the Lord's put on my heart. And just being able to put it in book form really fills out a lot of the ideas. Because even in like a session and teaching, even though I might teach for an hour or so, like, there's still only like a certain depth you can reach in that teaching. And so this is what I'm longing to do with multiple volumes coming up. But I think this will be a really, really good first one. I get asked a lot from people who see my videos, who I just am friends with or come by the ministry. They're like, wow, I see so much life and love and joy and like all this, you know, fruit of the Spirit stuff in you. Like, how do I get what you got? I don't have time to give a full answer in like every little detail that I wish that I could when I interact with these folks that have these questions. So this book is 118,000 words so far. And this is my systematic answer to how do I get what you got? I really feel like it's the biggest need in the church. It addresses the biggest area of unbelief in the church as far as loving God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And so the chapters go through the commandment with the Shema portion. And so I look at Mark 12:29 and 30, the Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one, you shall love him with your whole heart, soul, mind, and strength. And so I look at those word for word and begin to break those down. I intro it and outro it, and there's an appendix section that I hope is not neglected because it's a very important appendix, but at the same time, like, didn't fit with the flow of thought, but were important sections nonetheless that I needed to include. I just finished writing Appendix C, and that is on hearing the voice of the Lord. And so I get into really the mechanics and the science behind that, and some people might think that's a funny term, but maybe that'll make sense when you read it. But I had trembled to put that part in the book because it's human nature to seize upon mechanics when the disciplines of love begin to wane. And so when we do that, we enter into a realm that we're unable to navigate ourselves. We can't see truth versus a lie and light versus darkness, and so we're deceived by demons who speak as angels of light. And this is one of my major critiques of the charismatic church, is because of this disposition, we've got leaders that are in relationship with demons speaking about their leading of the Lord through these demons that they're having real encounters with that are showing up as an angel of light. Don't like naming names, but there's one guy who goes around talking about his finance angel, and the way that angel is dressed does not represent the glory or the liturgy from the throne room in Revelation 4 and 5. And beloved, without a deep rootedness on the word, like, we'll be led astray. And so I'm getting kind of off track, but I hesitated to put that final appendix in there, but I put it in there with a sober warning that kind of fills out some of what I'm sharing now. But still, like, it's a wonderful thing. Like, it's in the inheritance of the sheep to hear the shepherd's voice. We will hear the shepherd's voice if he is our shepherd. And so I get into that a little bit, the mechanics of it in Appendix C. But again, the body of the book is just stunning to me. I keep rereading. I'm on manuscript 6. It's in editing mode right now. If you saw the video on Skylar versus Allen with our friend Sarah, she's the one who's editing it with me right now. She's degreed and experienced in all those things, and so she can help a goober like me sound all right. And so she's editing it right now. I hope to have it out on December 1st, but starting now, I'm going to start a playlist to just focus on issues of the book and just begin to kind of whet your palate. And to me, it's not a marketing thing, like, go buy my book, go spend money and buy my book. It's not a marketing thing. Yes, it will cost money, because when there's an investment, then there's kind of this thing inside you to actually follow through with the thing that you invested in. And so that's very important to me, because I absolutely believe in this message. I'm in love with just the Lord for trusting me with this message and releasing it. And so this is going to be the first of many, but this is the main thing of all the other forthcoming volumes. So I really encourage you to follow along with this playlist and to get the book when it comes out. It'll be available on Amazon through ebook and through paperback, so whichever you want. I'm a paperback guy, as you can see, or just, hey, hi, my lady's home. I like my lady. Anyway, so I'm a paperback guy. I like to scribble. I know you can take notes in some of the ebook programs and stuff too, but it's just, I don't like that. I want something in my hand that I can touch and feel, and that won't be taken away by the solar flare when it comes, but it'll be on ebook nonetheless. So anyway, be looking for that, and I'll be doing videos on the book, just kind of short little devotional videos on the chapters, some history of the book, and all those things. So I don't want to take too much time in this video to go line by line. I'm just going to do a playlist. And so in this season, I really want to draw attention to the book. It's going to be kind of a combination of that 12-part series on the first commandment from several years ago, and even some elements of the Delight in the Word playlist. And so we'll be revisiting those. I've had some folks that have asked me to kind of redo some of those older videos just to keep them fresh and what are my thoughts now. And so this book release will be the context for me to get into refreshing some of those concepts from the Delight in the Word series. So it'll be its own playlist, but if you enjoyed the Delight in the Word series, if you're one of the ones that has listened to the first commandment, then this book will be getting into greater detail. It will fill out the ideas much better than I was able to do even in a 12-part series that was manuscripted. And so follow me with just everything that's going on as we press forward towards the release together. And then this playlist will always be on the channel, so after the book is published and released, then maybe it would be a good tool for you guys to use like in your small groups and then home groups or church groups or whatever, to just take a video for a few minutes and after reading the chapter and discuss these things. I get into some pretty pointed things. There's something for everyone to take and consider, regardless of your theological bent, your background, your practice, your traditional preferences. It's going to, it really does have something for everyone, even like all the different cells that we seem to even have in the non-denominational world. It really does have something for everyone. I've said that so many times, so I must mean it, right? When Jesus said, truly, truly. Anyway, y'all pick it up. This is manuscript number 3. I think I've added about 5,000 words since I printed this. I've just been going through it on the iPad since then. But the first commandment goes deep, and I hope you find where true love really does awaken, and that you believe, like, I can love God with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength. And so, anyway, the words are so familiar to us that we're like, how do you write that much on the first commandment? Well, get the book and find out. That's all. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I'll do, more videos on it, and we'll get into some of the depth. So thanks for watching this one. I guess this was more of an update than anything else and letting you guys know where I was at. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you like the work and the ministry of this channel, then I would ask you to pray about supporting me over on Patreon. That link will be in the description. Also, if you enjoy the music under this channel, you can download all of it at forloveoftheword.bandcamp.com, in addition to an audio Bible set to this same style music. And then a special thank you to all the patrons that are on my page already and support me monthly. Thank you guys so much. You're a huge blessing to my family, and I will see everyone some other time. Bye, Internet.